officially, it is said that now more than 1.3 million, or sometimes it's said that 1.5 million Rohingya refugees are living now in 33 congested camps in Bangladesh.
And manslaughter and over 7 lakh of us were. Yet, their genocide did not end there. Today, in Arakan state, their economy has become another oppression, displacing thousands more, looting, raping, and killing. This is a second genocide in our regions.
On this day in 2017, countless Rohingya, innocent Rohingya men, women, and children face environmental violence, persecution, and displacement. Entire villages were burned, families were torn apart, and over 1 million Rohingya were forced to flee their ancestral homelands in search of safety. Today, many remain stateless and voiceless, struggling for justice, dignity, and the right to live as a human being.
That has made this huge settlement as the world's largest refugee camp. But from different verified sources also say that now nearly 2 million Rohingya people are living in 33 congested camps. The last international seminar, that was for the first time such a big seminar was held in Bangladesh in Cox's Bazar near the camp. And Professor Dr. Muhammad Yunus, the interim government head, also attended that seminar. He sought cooperation from the international community to start the peaceful and dignified repatriation of the Rohingya to their homeland of Myanmar's Rakhine state.
Rohingya issue and its sustainable resolution must be kept alive on the global agenda as they need our support until they return home. I hope that this dialogue here in Cox's Bazar will contribute substantively to the conference in New York in shaping the roadmap for an expedited and permanent solution of the Rohingya crisis. It is not only the responsibility of Bangladesh, but also of the international community to share the burden of the Rohingya crisis, to reflect on the possible solutions, and to play an active role in implementing them. The Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, and I joined with over 100,000 Rohingyas in an iftar in Cox's Bazar, as I mentioned before. We don't afford anymore to stand silent at the protected situation of the Rohingyas. Hence, we urge upon the international community to undertake collective efforts to stop the Myanmar junta and the Arakan army from unleashing violence against Rohingya. All acts of violence against Rohingya must cease immediately. International commitment is to help the Rohingyas to go back to their own home. We urge upon the Myanmar authorities as well as the Arakan army to ensure safety, security, and livelihood of the Rohingyas. They should make sure that no more Rohingyas enter into Bangladesh. At the same time, they must allow internally displaced persons from camps in central and northern Rakhine to return to their homes inside Myanmar as soon as possible.
Actually, this is a burning question now in Bangladesh. Not only in Bangladesh, but also the whole world is waiting for a peaceful and dignified repatriation. Living such a subhuman condition, nearly 2 million people who faced genocide and who are considered to be persecuted people, it's not a matter of any isolated country, it's a global issue. So this global issue should be resolved globally. If the international leaders don't play their due role properly, in that case peaceful and dignified repatriation cannot be possible. And you know that after nearly 2 years long conflicts between Myanmar's state force, Myanmar army and the rebel force Arakan army, there were bloody clashes between these two forces, and now the whole Arakan state is controlled by the rebel force Arakan army. More than 90% regions of Arakan state are being controlled by Arakan army. So now the global leaders should also negotiate with the Arakan army for ensuring peaceful and dignified repatriation. But it's uncertain whether the international communities will be able to do that in near future.
25th August is not just a date to us, it is a reminder to the world that genocide must never be forgotten, and that justice for the Rohingya is not a choice but a responsibility. Today we remember, we mourn, and we renew our commitment to fight for a future of peace and dignity for our people. Our fathers were executed, mothers and sisters violated, our children from their parents' villages were burnt, families destroyed, and our people driven from the land we call home simply because we Rohingya, yet they try to erase us. We are still here, we are survivors, we carry in our blood a strength that no army, no government, no cruelty, no destroy. Yes, the pen is still finished. We remember the graves without names. The voice is silenced too soon, but with that pen comes hope, hope for justice, hope for dignity, hope for the day when we'll walk freely again in our homeland without fear. Brothers and sisters, genocide was mean not to break us. Instead, it proved our unshakable spirit. They burnt our homes, but they could not burn in our identity. They tried to silence us, but today our voices are louder than ever.
So in this interim time, huge number of children are growing up in these congested camps. So they are not getting proper education, proper guidelines. So in the near future, there is a risk that this stateless community may be a part of a lost generation. Senior members as well as the educated part of this camp, they are appealing to the world leaders that they need proper education at least interim period. Otherwise, huge number of children will be grown up without education, without guidelines. So it's a dangerous matter, and even due to the fund crisis, the monthly budget has been cut several times. It was $16 for per person, but now it's only $6 for per person. So there is huge economic crisis, and there is nutrition problem. So young generation may be prompted to criminal activities. So now peaceful and dignified repatriation is the only sustainable solution to this crisis. And to do that, the participation of both Myanmar government as well as Arakan army is very much important.
I spoke with Arakan army. I spoke with Myanmar government. I was on camera with the then Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister. So we do this. This has to be done to resolve this problem. You cannot solve this problem by keeping one important actor outside. It's a practical reality. When you talk for a solution that will be acceptable to everybody. If you keep one actor out, what happens is anything that you agree will not be implemented or will break down very quickly. So it's very important that we keep the doors of negotiations open.
The Rohingya refugees are seeking cooperation from the international community, especially US, United Nations as an organization, and China should play its due role to do that.